Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy VI 100%, as I remember to silence my phone this time. It is now Cyan's turn to level up. Well, let's get out of the forest. I gotta stay out of the forest. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Wait, I know exactly what I'm doing wrong. I'm going into the forest. I guess that's one way to kill everything in one round. Oh, that's rude. All my good work undone. There we go. Take that. We've got about 15 levels till I need to worry about HP. So we should be alright. That is to say, equipping Bahamut, not Cyan's actual HP. Now is when the potential trouble starts. If I get an insta-kill like that and leave the other one alone, I could get life shavered, which would suck. But there we go. I was gonna say 4 more attacks should do it, even if I don't get the proc. I'm gonna go ahead and save just in case. Gary says, howdy Circlemaster in chat. I didn't get a notification for some reason. That is bad. I mean, the stream is going on Twitch, right? I didn't get another foul up where the program isn't sending out the stream, did I? At least I shouldn't have. It's all the same settings as this morning. Gary says, yeah, it's going, just didn't get a HUD note. Alright. One of these days, I will get this going on social media and actually use my Twitter to announce streams, but it seems kind of silly when I'm doing it twice a day to spam my own Twitter account when it has basically no followers. Gary says, anyhow, I know how you hate Locke, right? But at least he's not a hypocrite. I'm talking, of course, about Cyan. You're gonna have to be more specific, I think. No, not Life Shaver. Oh, you rude jerk. You took away my vanish. Can't believe I had to waste 38 MP to get my vanish back. Oh well. Gary says, you claim Locke keeps dead ladies in his basement, but I blame the creepy old dude who's just always down there, if you know what I mean. You mean the old dude that Locke paid to watch over the dead women in his basement? Gary says, Locke never paid him, seriously prove it. He frickin' says... Oh my goodness. Really? What is the scenario in your mind then? That Rachel goes into her coma, whatever, or dies or whatever, and creepy old dude like opens up the casket and uses herbs to keep her in, to freeze her, basically on the edge of death. And then what? Goes into Locke's house, sets it all up, and the next time Locke comes home yells, surprise! I brought you a present. It's a dead woman in your basement that I will take care of forever, free of charge, just because I'm such a Locke fan? And Locke even then has to approve of this. So he's still guilty by association in this warped scenario where the old guy does this of his own impetus without any prompting from anyone else. Because Locke clearly knows about it. The guy clearly knows Locke. Gary says, that creepy old dude with his herbs. That's not Locke's doing. Come on, Locke's a jet-setting treasure hunter. He has to rent out. The old dude's paying him. So your scenario is Locke owns this house, gets run out of town by amnesiac Rachel and her family, rents out his house to creepy old dude who just so happens to creep on Rachel and freeze her in the basement. Locke finds out about this because he clearly knows Locke, and Locke is aware of this whole situation. And still Locke approves of this. Locke still has to say, yes, this is fine. As your landlord, I approve of you keeping my dead girlfriend in my basement. So, this... I mean, when you go back to Klingon with Locke, Locke isn't like, oh my god, what have you done? Why have you been keeping Rachel in the basement all these years? He's like, oh, Rachel, I'll save you. Someday, just stay here, wait for me. Locke's clearly okay with it. And that is assuming this fantasy notion that he had nothing to do with it. Whatever scenario you concoct that Locke has nothing to do with the creation of this scenario, he still tacitly approves it. Gary says, and he does revive her eventually, Circle Master. Yes, he does. As he always planned when he paid the old man to freeze her. Gary says, you hate her. Excuse me for hating creepy dudes who keep women in their basement. I will take that hit. I am anti-creepy dude who keeps women in their basement. Discount Cleric says, to be fair, is it really creepy to herbally cryogenically freeze somebody in a world where reviving them from literal death is apparently possible? Gary says what goes on in the privacy of people's basements is not your concern. I will let all the sexual predators know that Gary has their back. In response to Discount Cleric, there are two tacks I can take against this. One is this power comes at the expense of an Esper, which makes him no better than the Empire and Kefka, in that he is using dead Espers to further his own ends, whatever. He's exploiting dead Espers for power. Two, what gives him the right to decide whether Rachel has this power used on her? What about right to die? What about the wishes of the patient over the wishes of loved ones? Locke is just a boyfriend. He does not have any sort of power of attorney. He basically stole Rachel's body to do this with. And the only reason you think it's okay is because he knew her. If he had stolen some random woman's body to bring back to life and whatever, fill in whatever sexual fantasy that Gary approves of, you would not be okay with it. Discount Cleric says possession is 9/10 of the law. Discount Cleric says, the real question is why didn't Terra jack that Magicite and haul Leo out of the ground shock all day? Well, obviously, because according to Gary, Locke has the right to it because he got there first. Because the only primacy is first taker. Nothing else matters other than did you get there first, because apparently possession is 9/10 of the law. Also finders keepers, says Gary. Anyway, where are we at with this? We're still a ways from learning Vanish, so I have to keep summoning the Esper. Gary says, Circlemaster, have you never heard the phrase 9/10 of the law for real and you want to go on Jeopardy? I've heard the phrase. That doesn't mean it's a legal fact. Possession is 9/10 of the law. It's just a more modern way of saying might makes right. In which case, why is the Empire the bad guy? They're the mightiest, they must be right. Who are we to fight against the mighty Empire? Discount Cleric says he just hunted the most dangerous treasure of humanity. So ultimately the argument is what Locke's doing is okay because he's a sociopath. Anyway, Gary, you were making a point about Cyan. Penn says, awfully lively tonight, CM. Did they put you on different meds? I actually took an extra med after my physical therapy because I was in a lot of pain. So maybe the pain is just making me more cognizant. Craig Safford says, finally caught you streaming. You say that, but you've seen me stream before, or at least I know you've been in the chat before. But yeah, every evening at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, I stream. Morning stream is haphazard all over the place. Just because I don't have a set schedule every morning between physical therapy and other stuff going on. And my relative ability to sleep, I can't really set a schedule in the morning. Discount Cleric says, I don't begrudge somebody making a bad decision while mourning, and there's really no way to go, you know, thinking about it, let's not do this thing we're doing. Plus, that old dude is creepy. Craig Safford says, did you know in Daryl's Tomb you can get 2 dragon claws from the angler whelk? It just takes patience and Libra. If you kill both the shell and the whelk with 1 attack, it gives you 2 claws. I did not know that. It's a little late to go into that, or to go back to that. Alright, you're done with that. Let's go back to riding. Discount Cleric says nobody wants to talk about Cyan, but really, how pissed is Cyan that Elaine and Owain are in the ground while Locke hugs the Phoenix? Discount Cleric says everybody in this game has a dead relative, but Locke gets the do-over. Not only does Locke get the do-over, but he also gets another woman to lock in his basement. Like, for no reason. There's no reason for Celeste to go for Locke. At all. Anyway, Gary says, Cyan is so sanctimonious about morality, right? Such a prude. He really goes after that dancer in Nikia, right? Yeah? Then with Cyan, says Gary. Then later with Cyan, it turns out he creeps on that one girl and pretends to be her dead boo, making and sending her silk flowers. Gross. Not only that, in addition... Waiting for the chat. Or waiting for him to type it out, I guess. In addition, Cyan dreams of sexy, sexy, sexy ladies all night, all night, all night. In his dream, you are tormented by sexy ladies. Wasn't that one of the themes behind Silent Hill 2 with the sexy nurse enemies? Was that James's wife is dead and he's having sexual urges in the absence of his wife and he feels guilty about it, so he's tortured by it? It's the same thing with Cyan. Gary says, also porno mags he's embarrassed about in his secret lockbox. That was hit by Nintendo censorship. But yeah, no argument on the second 2 points. Like I said, same thing with James in Silent Hill 2, and in the original translation it is porn. But as for the woman in Miranda, that is really just a reflection of the inability to let go of a loved one. Cyan was never able to let go of the loss of his family, and he's projecting that inability onto the woman in Miranda. So he thinks he's doing a moral good by impersonating the boyfriend to spare her the pain that he feels. But it's pure projection, and purely selfish, and that's why it's not until you go through his nightmare that he is absolved of his own guilt. him pretending to be the Miranda woman's boyfriend has nothing to do with that woman. It has to do entirely with his own insecurities and him projecting those insecurities onto the world around him. Let's see. Craig Savard says, yeah, but the party kills Vargas because supposedly he killed Duncan just to find out he's alive. Gary says, Cyan is gross, 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 and he's a hypocrite. The old do as I say, not as I do. There are a few things in this world I hate more than hypocrisy. I can't take it. Oh my god, this chat app. There we go. I tried to scroll up to go back and read what I missed while I was talking, and the chat app was not happy with me. Gary says, yes, Circle Master, that same nightmare where he's chased and tortured as succubus by sexy ladies all night. Hashtag repression. I never really thought... No, that's Penn. Penn says, I never really thought about it, but Locke and Cyan have pretty similar stories, right down to the motive for helping another character and the last goodbye resolution. Which is a good point. And I will say that that works better with Cyan than it does with Locke. Despite the fact that they try to flesh it out more with Locke, Locke very much comes off, to me anyway, as just massively white knighting. Because he comes out of that situation with Rachel, encounters Tara, immediately starts white knighting Tara, saying, I have to protect you. Then, 5 minutes later, he's on his own again and finds Celeste and starts white knighting Celeste. I have to protect you. Locke has serious issues with women, as evidenced by the fact that he keeps them frozen in his basement, first of all, but also every other interaction he has with Tara and Celeste. Penn says, I think it was only fleshed out with Locke because he was in the game longer and because he's more closely tied to the female leads. Craig Safford says, if you have over 100% magic evade, you still get hit by spells if you're vanished. If you have perfect end block and you are vanished, you will get hit by magic, because vanish says you always get hit by magic no matter what. Or by the next spell no matter what. Gary says, Locke gets to go for the ultimate treasure in the game, the hidden Ragnarok, but he only gets to do it once he resolved his dead love thing. Penn says, but Cyan does have more reason for such a thing, considering as a knight he probably took some kind of oath, whereas Locke, a bum. Yeah, that's why I think it's a better story for Cyan, because he was married, he's a parent, he's an older character who has been with his family longer and would naturally have a harder time letting go. Whereas Locke is, you know, the fly-by-night free spirit treasure hunter who, in most cliche stories, would be like the woman in every town kind of character. You know, if he's so devoted to Rachel, why does he go jet-setting around for treasures? Because he's doing that even when he's with Rachel, and Rachel's injury and amnesia is because of his lifestyle. And despite that, he continues his dangerous lifestyle. This kind of cleric says, I wish Sword Tech let you pick one of the 8 instead of having to deal with all the trash bar loading up. Penn says FF6 just has too many characters, I guess. Some characters have such short stories that it's no big deal. Gary says, oh, so married parents' lives are worth more? Give me a fracking break. What the hell's wrong with being a free spirit? I'm not saying that their lives are worth more. I'm saying Cyan has more years of attachment to his family, that the loss of them hits him harder. Gary says, so Locke should have sat at home with the corpse in his basement by your logic. That would somehow be more honorable, yeesh. No, I'm saying he should not have any kind of story like the Rachel story. He should have a different story attached to him. One that doesn't make him a creepy beta white knighting loser. Cyan has issues with hypocrisy, he has issues with attachment. Locke has issues with women. He's like the worst sort of misogynist that at the same time puts women on pedestals while also saying that women are weak and need protecting. That's hypocrisy and misogyny rolled into one. Gary says, what are you, an MRA? What did I just say? I'm not an MRA. I'm saying that Locke's got issues with women. It's obvious. He does not treat women as equals. He weirdly treats them as both above and beneath him. Gary says Cyan is still a hypocrite and his special is not useful. He's like a joke that is both needlessly offensive and also not funny. The worst. Yes, I don't like Cyan. I agree. I like Locke less, though. Penn says Locke's strongest helm is the fedora. Gary says, oh please, and Cyan verbally assaulting that dancer is so feminist, please. Moving the goalposts. First you're talking about hypocrisy, now you're saying it's about who's better to women. Stop using Life Shaver. I hate you. I really hope I haven't missed my level window because of this discussion. I probably have. Yeah, he's 71 now. So yeah, I'm not resetting. I'm not resetting half an hour's progress. I'm sorry. He's just gonna deal with bad stats. And you can take the fall on this one, Gary. You're the one who created this whole controversy. Gary says, I'm just trying to keep you entertained here, Circle Master. Discount Cleric says, nice going, Gary. Gary says, what bad stats? I mean, I'm not raising his stats. He's going to have Bahamut equipped for extra levels to get his HP to quad 9s. I'm not going to max out his vigor or anything. Also, I need to remember to actually cast Vanish on him again. Oh my goodness. Discount Cleric, if he doesn't make quad 9 HP, do you have to restart? Well, I have to load the save. I will lose my 35 minutes of progress. Gary says, Circle Master, you went with Vigor, you should have gone with Magic and then given him the Wind Slash. He's gonna have bad stats no matter what. He's not raising stats efficiently at all. I mean, I'm gonna have to take him to the desert and teach him spells when this is done. Because this place gives great XP, but not so great magic points. Gary says, pull it together, man. You can't have a conversation and grind levels simultaneously. I'm not used to needing to pay any attention when I grind levels. I spent over 2 years being able to watch videos and stuff and just mash buttons and get to levels. I didn't have to worry about switching espers around or anything. Harry says, come on, Circle, multitask. Humans are not naturally good at multitasking. We are, in fact, very bad at multitasking. Gary says, because, bear with me here, FF6 is a better game. Yes, it is. It is certainly a better game. But I'm stuck with Cyan. I can't bring myself to care about Cyan. Speaking of game, or better game, whatever, bad segue, the poll is up on Patreon to vote for what I do when this is finished. So if you are a Patreon patron, please go and vote in the poll. And if you're not, please become one. All you need is $1 a month to be able to vote on every poll I put up. I don't think it's asking very much. Gary says, quote, FF6 is a better game than FF7, but I'm stuck with Cyan, Circle Master 2017. You'll have to forgive me if Cyan can't hold my attention as compared to the rest of FF6. Harry says, victory, I made him laugh. Was that what you were going for? Was that the goal here? Someone play me the victory fanfare. Well, you can wait till the end of this battle and you'll hear it. Or you can pay me $100 and I'll sing it. But I don't think you'll go for the latter somehow. Alright, I'm gonna do one more level with Bahamut. Then I'll go back to Raiden and see how we do. Because he's now over 100 HP times his level. Gary says, I'll take that one that just happened, sure. Gary says, seriously though, I didn't mean to throw you off. Well, watch if you have to reset, right everyone? Let me guess, utter silence will follow in the chat after that statement. But no, I'm not going to reset. You know, I'll do my safety save at 97, and if I need to throw the Esper back on for a bit, I will. Gary says, I mean, it's Friday night and clearly none of us have anything better to do. Well, I can't leave the house. I'm trapped here, still. I do go to the doctor on Tuesday for my next, progress report, checkup, whatever. Hopefully I will be off driving restriction at that point. Discount Cleric says, we'll all watch and discuss Locke's relationship status. Olivaris asks, anything bad happened? Yeah, I was distracted by nonsense arguments about Locke being a hero. And I missed the optimal window to have Bahamut equipped on Cyan, and I didn't really feel like resetting just to fix that and lose half an hour's progress. Gary says, come on, Circle Master, Science stats already stink. You don't want to make them worse, and your patron required quad 9 plus trip 9 plus double 9, right? No, you just required quad 9, trip 9. Max HP and MP. And knowing all spells. And I think full inventory was what I said. Let me see if I can open it up, if I can find it. There we go. FF6, but with all items and armor acquired, all party members learn every magic, stuff like that. So I guess full inventory was his requirement. And quad 9, trip 9 is mine. Gary says, wait, so you don't even have to hit level 99. No, I'm saying I need to hit level 99 for 100% completion. Yeah, he wants insane level of completion on the entire game. And I mean, this is after the level 99 in the first reactor. So if I don't do level 99, it's kind of a slap in the face. Gary says Lock plus less is the OTP here in this game. Clearly a child can see that. Yeah, well, only a child could come up with that. I mean, clearly the OTP is Gao plus Umaro. Those two were made for each other. Dao Cow asks, what's wrong with color and HP? Cyan looks like that because he has the Vanish status on. So to make him immune to physicals. HP is because he's leveling up and I'm just not bothering to heal him. Gary asks, Gao on top. Penn says, I can't imagine it being any other way. Oh god, why am I contributing to this train of thought? Because you're on the internet, and the internet has already corrupted you well beyond the mild discomfort that is Gao cross Umaro. Or Gao slash Umaro. You haven't even learned Quick yet, you dummy. Super Gimpo Man says, haven't played this game in ages. I never bothered with a 100% run, but I completed the game. Definitely a childhood favorite of mine. Well, thanks for joining. We're coming towards the tail end of it. I've just got to level everybody up, get the last few rare items, and then go into Kefka's Tower for the last time. Discount Cleric asks, think you'll do any Fiesta Run Circle? Yeah, I'm planning to. I haven't actually completed one because I inevitably get distracted trying to grind for AP. And then don't finish in time because all I do is grind. Super Gibo Man asks, how much time do you put into this run? I've got whatever's on the game clock, plus I had 12 hours that I had to reset because I missed something, and basically had to replay the World of Balance. And add on a couple hours to include resetting while grinding rages on the Velt. Maybe an hour that's not on the game clock, so let's call it 65 hours. Gary's talking about FF4 and how Tella spends his life casting Medio and dies. It says, no spell, nothing can bring him back. Also the scene where Palom and Porum turn themselves to stone, same thing. There's clearly a point beyond which clearly life slash raise or Phoenix tail slash down doesn't bring someone back. The problem with that is that Palom and Porum do get turned back and show up for the ending because nobody really dies in all of FF4 except Tella. Super Gimbal Man says, whoa, good job on the grinding then. Nice work. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy watching it. Penn says, if you were comparing that to FF6 deaths, they weren't voluntary sacrifices. Discount Clary says, I wouldn't come back to life too if I had to deal with that spoony bard. Yeah, I'm still confident on HP now. So I'm not going to sweat it too hard. We'll see at the end, though. Apparently I might need one extra level with the Crusader. I guess I was wrong about this being an hour. Jeez. I'm gonna hit that in 5 minutes and I'm not even at the 90s yet. But then I'm not even killing a formation of 4 in one round of attacks yet. So, yeah. Wow, I am hearing some weird sound. And I'm not sure if it's my ceiling fan creaking or a dog outside yowling in pain that I'm barely hearing. Gary says, was that metal clanging? That seems to support my theory of it being my ceiling fan creaking. Just give me just a minute. I'm gonna go check on the dogs real quick just to make sure. Be right back. Alright, the dogs are fine, so I guess it's just a weird sound that my ceiling fan was making. Gary asks, I wonder if the game clock stops when you pause in battle. I have no idea. Super Gimpo Man says, it was cool hanging out in here. I've got you followed, so I'll hop back on another time. Take it easy, man. You too. Hope to see you again. Glad you're enjoying yourself. He also says, if you pause, I believe that it does, Gary. Well, I'm already coming up on time, so I don't really want to experiment for myself, but maybe another time. This guy still has not learned quick. What the hell? Wow, he is one magic point short of learning quick. You haven't even learned this. That doesn't even teach you anything. Let's give you something that will have a level up bonus that matters. There, that's strength +2. Kirktown asks, color, Cyan's vanished? Yes, Cyan has the vanish status to make him immune to physicals. Gary asks, wait, Circle Master, are you doing stats or magic grinding right now? Technically, I'm doing both. But I am going to favor magic over stats. Whoops, don't want to go there. Gary asks, what does Raiden boost again? Strength. Vigor. Gary asks, favor stats, magic over stats on just Cyan, or... Well, Cyan's the first one where I've had to make the choice. Because he's the first one who hasn't had full magic. But I will probably prioritize magic over stats. Kirktown asks, so is this being streamed on multiple places? I hear you reading another chat. Yeah, this is on YouTube, Twitch, and Beam.pro because reasons, I guess. Because why not? But yeah, it's being streamed to multiple sites. And I've got one chat app that lets me watch all the chats at the same time. So that is why I'm saying whose comment I'm reading and answering. Gary says, I would just wait and learn magic later, right? You only get one shot at boosting stats. Yeah, but it doesn't matter too much because they're already going to be overpowered. Kirktown says, that's pretty awesome. Thanks for taking a moment to answer. You're welcome. I don't have much better to do than read the chat and answer comments and such. And I mean, I really try to talk to everybody who will take the time to talk to me because I appreciate the viewership. Oh, where are we at? 84, jeez. Gary says, look, in all honesty, I stand by the fact that Locke is the male lead in this game's story. It's true. I would argue that there isn't really a male lead. That the two leads are Terra and Celeste. Kirktown says, what weapon is Cyan equipped with at the moment? I see he's doing instant death, but it's been a while. 6 has been a favorite forever. I remember trying to kill 100 Brontos in that dino forest, thinking it would unlock a way to keep General Leo alive. I remember fighting 100 Brontos just to get the economizer drops. Yeah, Cyan's got the Scimitar, which is his bestest weapon at the moment, which has the 1 in 4 chance to proc instant death. And he's got the offering equipped, which is why he's attacking multiple times. I'm kind of seriously disappointed that he's not one-shotting enemies yet, though. Gary says, yeah, so Locke is the male lead, definitely not Edgar. That man whore is one-dimensional and tool-oriented. Obviously the male lead is Setzer, I mean, come on. He's the dude with the airship. He's the dude who, in the world of Ruin, makes fighting Kefka possible. He's also the Bishi with the light hair, if you're going for the anime definitions. Tesla Dragon says, didn't know the slicing effect still triggered with the offering. Gary says, I think the only thing offering cancels out is when a weapon casts a spell, but I could be wrong. It cancels out some of them. Like, I think Wind God Gao makes use of offering plus Wind Slash, doesn't it? Or is it Cat Scratch plus Wind Slash? I don't even know. But, it does also cancel out the auto crit with MP from weapons like Rune Edge and Illumina. They will not auto-crit. Hertown says offering plus experience egg, maybe he'll one-hit if you berserk him. Yeah, but if I berserk him, he'll lose Vanish and become vulnerable. I prefer him to be invulnerable. Aries says, how do you force Gao to equip the Wind Slash with the Merit Award? Kirktown says, oh, didn't know you can't stack those. You got this figured out. Gary says, see, that relic is really neat and not as well explored as so many other parts of the game. You can have a real Mage Knight with it. I can't think of another RPG I've played that has anything quite like the Merit Award. I sometimes really wish these characters had a third relic slot, though, I gotta say. I mean, I can understand why they don't, but I still really wish they did. Gary says, oh goodness, that someone could have gem blocks plus economizer plus Genji glove. See, that's not actually optimal because they can't cast magic and attack. So that's actually equipping at cross purposes. I think what they wanted, or I think the really abusive thing would be Genji Glove plus Offering plus Merit Award to turn literally anybody into an engine of destruction. As opposed to just Terra, Celeste, or Edgar, who are the ones with the best equipment options. Tesla Dragon says, or adding Marvel Shoes to the Offering Genji Glove. Or adding Marvel Shoes to Gembox Economizer. Can you imagine someone with quick ultimate, and also haste? Gary says, oh come on, Locke has access to the most weapons without the Merit Award. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he's screwed on armor. Which is where you would get the 128 M block abuse going on. And he doesn't, whoops. Did not mean to hit A there. And he doesn't get the, what's it? Specialized equipment like Minerva on the ladies, or Red Jacket for Edgar Sabin. I mean, Red Jacket Regal Crown is pretty cool. It's not the best stats, but it's some pretty good resists and such covered, even without a shield. Gary asks, what's so special about Red Jacket? It absorbs fire, right? I think it does some other things. In fact, let's go ahead and check. I'm pretty sure it increased some stats too. Let's see, Regal Crown. Yeah, it's just +1 everything. Nullifies fire. And again, big stat increases. Gary asks, also, how does a dinky gold crown protect someone that well? It's a psychological effect. Monsters don't want to attack royalty. Or something, I don't know. Kirktown asks, are you going to make a party of imps for any portion of the game? Maybe in the Tower of Fanatics, would that even be doable? It wouldn't be doable in Tower of Fanatics, but I am tentatively planning to make Mog an Imp Knight. Gary says, yeah, but clearly that +5 Vigor favors Edgar, not Sabin. Yeah? Well, they probably didn't anticipate blitzes being so magic heavy, or didn't realize that blitzes were so magic heavy when they did the equipment. There are a lot of things that were overlooked in the course of the game's mechanics being developed. Still only 89, oh my god. Why is this taking so long? I'm finally one-shotting enemy formations, so hopefully it will speed up, but somebody with Atma weapon would have long since been one-shotting enemies by now. Gary asked, does Cyan require the most experience to level up? Is he wearing the experience egg? He should be wearing the experience egg. If I missed that, I'm going to be unhappy with myself. Yeah, experience egg. I don't know. It may just be a factor that because his weapon isn't as strong, it is taking him longer to kill enemies. Like he's not one-shotting the formations of tumbleweeds yet. Gary says maybe Cyan is just naturally hard to level because he requires more points to gain a level. Maybe. But battles taking sometimes twice as long certainly doesn't help. He's not in the back row, is he? No, he's in the front. His vigor's up to 90. He should be doing a better job. He's got his strongest weapon on. I don't get it. But he still has to two-shot these tumbleweed when death doesn't proc. Gary says, no, it's not the experience thing because level 99 is the same number for everyone I'm looking at. Kirktown says, are you playing a custom ROM? Aren't there bugs with vigor and some other stats in the original? I don't know if there are bugs with Vigor, but I am playing the original cart. It's US version 1.0 with sketch glitch, end block glitch, all the other glitches. Oh, where are we at? 92. Oh my god. This is taking so long. Gary says, looks like everyone in the SNES version has the same exact thresholds to level up. Interesting, it's not different for each character. I don't know when, if ever, before 7 they implemented individual XP tracks. Gary says, Circle Master, could Cyan survive in the forest now? Honestly, I doubt it because he can't one-shot a Tyrannosaur. And he can't two-shot a Brachiosaur. Because they're... If I remember correctly, they're not vulnerable to cutting, slicing, whatever it's called. The instant death that is the result of Odin, Raiden, Scimitar. Gary says, I'm almost certain that 4 has different XP levels for each character. Maybe Rosa and Porum are the same. Would Strato be a better weapon for him? Do you have it? I have it. It is lower battle power. So will actually do slightly less damage. Yeah, it's 224 instead of 233. Gary asked, does he get a better sword at the Coliseum? I don't think so. I think Scimitar is his top tier. Gary says, see, Cyan just sucks. I'm not disagreeing with you. I, too, think he sucks. I don't know, can he equip Excalibur? Tesla Dragon says the correct choice is clear. You should have turned him into an Imp Knight. He would need backup to be a vanished Imp Knight, though. He's got Ifrit. He's 83. Gary says, fun fact, his name is actually pronounced Cyan. Or Cayenne, like the pepper. Fun fact, much like Titus or Titus. Nobody cares what Square Enix thinks. And Gary says, nope, no Excalibur for Cayenne. Oh, he gets Skyrender dropped by Doom in Kefka's Tower. So that's probably his ultimate sword. Gary says actually Titus is named Tita in the original Japanese. Gary says you can also bet Oral Lance for it at the Coliseum if you have an extra. I'm pretty sure you only get one of those. Xena Veritas says, in any case, Cyan's sprite is Cyan, so clearly his name should be pronounced like the color. Well, in that case, it should be pronounced Cyan because you can see right through him. Ha ha ha. Bad jokes. They're a staple, I guess. It's been an hour and a half and he's not level 99 yet. I'm so annoyed. Gary says, I also say Titus and Chocobo. It's Chocobo. Chocobo is just wrong. They're not made of chocolate. Xena Veritas says the localizers can say que is que all they want. It's chocobos and they say wark. I don't know where que or que came from. That's dumb. Chocobos say wark. W-A-R-K, wark. Deal with it. Gary says, turns out Skyrender has all of 7 more points of power than the Scimitar. So it's not even 255, it's only 240. Wow. Gary says work is a mistranslation, it's always been que. I'm pretty sure in Final Fantasy IV it was still work. It wasn't just Final Fantasy V. Gary says exactly mistranslation. How do you mistranslate onomatopoeia? Alright, you're done with your free... Alright, we'll just throw that on you. I don't care. Ken says Chocobo's first appearance in an English game was FF4, I think. Gary says, I don't know, but Tina became Terra here. True story, look it up if you don't believe me. You can read Katakana, right? I have heard that Tina became Terra, or that Terra's Japanese name was Tina, or whatever. But I still say Terra, just like I still say Eris, not Aerith. FF5 first appeared with the anthology was 6. That was the first official release. Gary says, I don't know when Moogles first appeared. Maybe 3, original 3. They're not in 4 in any case. Yeah, 4 had Naming Way, which was its own weird thing. I wonder if those were supposed to be Moogles, or if those were proto-Moogles. Because they have the red ball thing on top of their head, and they're kind of white-yellow-ish, and squat and short. And, you know, a race of creatures that lives on the moon. Ben says the first game with Moogles to come out in North America might have been Secret of Mana. Gary says, do they? I thought they were rabbits because the Japanese associate rabbits with the moon. They didn't have rabbit ears. But I don't know, I just know that they were called Naming Way, and it was like, you find them occasionally, and then you go to the moon and bam, there's a cave full of Naming Way. Gary says, but they do have rabbit ears. Naming Way wears a turban to cover them up, but the other Hummingways don't, I think. No, they all looked identical. I don't remember the ones on the moon having rabbit ears. Gary says, look closely at the Hummingway profile sprite and you'll see them poking out of the turban. And I don't know. Alright, I have no concerns about hitting 9s with this. He still needs float. I am going to do a safety save just in case. Oh yeah, he's got a whole level to spare. Gary says, gee whiz, I think I'd focus more on stats than magic only here, but that's just me being excessive compulsive. Well, you're the one who's griping that he needs magic power for Wind Slash, and now I've got him on something that gives him magic power. So, there you go. But yeah, his vigor's crazy high, and he's still not one-shotting those stupid tumbleweeds, so screw Cyan. Also, I'm way over time. Oh my goodness. This was supposed to take an hour. Gary says a good place to grind magic spells without experience is the bottom level of the Fanatic's Tower, apparently more consistent, I guess, than Desert South of Miranda. Is it? Because Desert South of Miranda gives either 5 or 10. And if I don't have to worry about experience, then he can just frickin' Atma weapon it up and rape face. Alright, he's level 99. He doesn't have remotely all the magic. We're gonna save here. We're gonna call it here. Tomorrow I'll worry about getting him the magic. But tomorrow's Saturday, so the morning stream will be more Tales of Middle-earth. It'll be my weekly thing. And then evening, I'll do Cyan learning magic spells. Probably going to take me the whole hour, given the estimate I was way off on tonight. In any case, that's what's happening. Until then, take care.